Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Access. In this module, I want to show you how you can run a query from data that you enter on a form. So on the screen, I've got a form with some dates on it, and you can see there I've got a preview report button. Basically, if I click on this, it's going to run a query and generate a report. So that's the query it's generated. I'll close that off and change the date range to the 1st of, say, August 24. And click that again. It's going to run the same query, but only show me the relevant dates. So what's happening here is I've got two boxes and a command button to run those. And I've got a query down here, which is actually generating that report. That's the query, and that is the report looking at it. So that's where the information is. So what I want to do is recreate all of this from scratch. So I'm going to close everything down and not save it and then delete it all so you can see how it works. So if I just right click on that and delete the actual form, which will get rid of all the information, delete the query, and I'll delete this as well because that's based on that query. So first thing you need to do is create yourself a blank form in design, so form design, and you can make that a little bit bigger if you want, so you can see what's going off. Now on the controls area, you need to get yourself two AB boxes. Just draw two rectangles, which is going to be the lower range and the upper range. So there you go. So label this one, I'll get rid of that label, first date. That can be the label. And this label can be last date. You can tidy this up afterwards. Last date. Now we need to go into properties. Well, I've got properties up already, but there it is on the form design option, property sheet. We need to name these. So I want to put that as low. So where it says text, get rid of that. Put the word low. That's low. This one is going to be high. So highlight that. High. So that's that bit done. And you can just move these around however you want. Position them wherever you want, make them the same size, totally up to you. Just move that in a little bit. So let's save this form for now. So save, I'll call it select, like same as the other one. Okay. Now if I just close that one down, what you have to do now is create a query. So I want to create a query on this table. So I'll click on that, create query, query design, and I'll just drag that in there, even though it comes up over here. Double click on the title, drag and drop the lot into the query by example grid, and then get yourself over to data joined in there. Now I can't see, I haven't got much space there, so I'm going to use Shift F2, the function key F2, to zoom that up. That will show me what I want to do, but I'll just cancel that for a minute. I need to use the between and and feature with that form. Now I can type it all out in that Shift F2 box, but it's probably best to go into the builder, expression builder, and do it through here because it is slightly easier and less likely to do a typo. Now, if I open this up so you can see all the elements, the objects, there's all the loaded forms. Open that one up. There's select. So I've got high and low there, look. So what I need to put up here, first of all, is between. And then I'm going to double click on low. So whatever goes in low, it puts everything in there for me, look. And then I'm doing and then I'm clicking on high. Double clicking on high. So between everything that goes in the low box and everything that goes in the high box, that's what I want. Click OK. That's the criteria for this. So if I save this query, I'll call it QRY select. QRY select. So that works. Let's just check. Now it shouldn't show me anything because it's looking for that information. There's nothing on it at the minute. But if I open that form up again and let me put some dates in there. So if I go for the 1st of August 24 and then the 5th of August 24. Now there's some information there. So So if I run this query now, it should pick that up, run it. So those are the records that marry up with that criteria. Now, what you can do is create a report based on this now. So if I close this down and click on that and then just create a report, and this time I'm going to use the report wizard. So I don't want all the fields because it just makes a mess. So I'll just want title, first name, surname, and date joined. That's it. Take it across. I'm not bothered about any groups for this or that. I'll have it as landscape though. Next. And I'll call it RPT. RPT. Finish. Still truncated. So I'll close this down and try and get this sorted out a little bit. To bring this, it's probably always better to do your own forms. I don't know why I bother using that wizard. It's just shocking, really. Never ever been any better than that. So I can bring these three across as a group. Form report, should I say, but forms are exactly the same. Just highlight these three just to bring them across to this. This is not really relevant for what I'm doing now. I'm not interested in what the report looks like, but there you go. Close that off. So if I change the dates to something else, so like let's go for 1999. Now that has picked that up if I run the report. It's picked it up now. So that's the range, the date range. So what you can do on here is create yourself a command button. So I'm going to go back into design on this. Draw myself a command button, and then I'll just use the wizard to do report operations and preview. And then there's only one report. Next, preview report, finish, make it massive, like so. Save this, have a look, click the button, and then it does the actual report. And if I close that down and just change these dates back to 2024, and then click the button, it shows me those dates. Close it down. If I click on the query is looking at those dates as well. The report is based on that query. So that's how you do that. So I've created two text boxes and named them low and high. I've then created a query. If I go into design on this so you can see it, where I've used between and used the expression builder to put the right syntax in there for me to get the answer that I want. And then when I run it, click the button, it runs it like so. So hopefully that's of use. It's a very common feature in Microsoft Access. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for your time.